Guys, welcome to the podcast. Quick little podcast here with Mitch and Nivine. My beautiful wife, Nivine.
Your beautiful, recently swatted wife.
Recently swatted. We were swatted last night here, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to tell the story. What happened, Nivine, from your vantage point? I always do my TikTok live in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And at around 7 o'clock, Nivine came up very like, we got to get some dinner started. A little annoyed, maybe. That I was, no?
Me?
No.
No. So I had just been watching TikToks of this woman.
Yeah.
And she's a beautiful housewife, and she makes these gorgeous meals. So I was like, I felt so inspired. So I was like, oh, I want to make a pretty meal like she makes. So I went up and I was like, this is my night. Like,
right.
It's going to be gorgeous. Like, I was
confetti
ready.
all over the floor.
There's confetti everywhere, but it didn't matter because it was just, I was just excited about making dinner yesterday.
Right.
Like, I was truly excited.
Great. And so then I say, I'll go to the deck and you take over the kitchen, right? So I move to the deck and I go out there and I'm doing great. And I'm in a battle.
Killing it.
Yeah, killing it, having fun.
You were mid-battle.
I was mid-battle with Lucas and Marcus.
Oh.
Yeah, 21 million followers on TikTok.
They have 21 million followers?
Yeah. And then what happened?
So Wyatt comes up to me and he's like, hey, like, I think there's a fire or something outside. I hear something going on. So I like kind of look and there's like a light shining. So I was like, stand back, boy. Like I'm gonna open the door and see. So we open the front door and the officers have guns pointed at the door. And he goes,
oh my
and
God.
Wyatt just so casually looks at me and he goes, oh, I guess it's for us.
You don't say, Wyatt. You don't
so
say.
Then they were like, it was like, I couldn't even process it because they were like, come out with your hands up now. And so we were like, oh, okay. And they're like, hands up. And I think we tried to like talk to them to see what was going on. And like, they wouldn't let us talk. And they were like, all of them were pointing guns at us. Like,
Did they have rifles or like?
No, it was handguns.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of crazy. But then, so they put us against our garage. Yeah. And then there was a
Hands
woman.
behind your back.
Yeah. And I thought they were arresting Wyatt. Like they were pulling his arms back. Like it was, and Wyatt even thought that they were going to put handcuffs on him. Right. Because it was kind of crazy what they were doing to him. And then the lady is kind of looking at our back like area with a flashlight and a gun. And I was like, did someone break in? And she was like, ma'am, just keep your hands back. And like, she was like kind of being mean to me. So I was like, oh, and then they kept like, every time they would talk to us, they'd point the gun at us. So it was like kind of crazy. But then we kind of calmed down. Like, Wyatt.
Did you forget about me on the deck?
No.
Yeah, so where are you in all this? So your wife and
this
son.
Is the best part. Is Wyatt and I had this whole experience, and like Wyatt kind of calms me down. He's like, "Hey, everything's gonna be fine." So in my head, I'm like, "Did Wyatt do something crazy? Like, why is he so calm?" And then they're like, "Is anyone else in the house?" It's like, oh, my husband. And then so so Wyatt.
He's TikTok live streaming.
Wyatt and I have completely calmed down. Like, we're not freaking out. But then Jason comes out and goes, I've been swatted.
I said to the cops, I go, I've been swatted.
Yeah.
And, so you know, I have the stick in my hand with the phone. So now I think, they think this is a gun.
Oh, my, they started.
You brought it with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, I was like, guys, I think I hear screaming. And I guess my instinct is to like bring them everywhere to and so I bring it with me.
Yeah.
And then I drop that shit quick.
Yeah.
And I say, I've been swatted.
He goes, I've been swatted. And then you looked at me and Wyatt and we had already calmed down, but you came out with the energy that we had when we first came out. So there was like some disconnect because he goes, what's going on? It was just, it was intense.
So what was the resolution then? At what point did they
Well,
find?
did you
did
say
they
what
find out
happened
that?
or no? Like, did you say the call or anything or?
I did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone had called and said, "This is Jason Nash, and I just shot my girlfriend," which is not funny.
Yeah, because as Wyatt pointed out, you don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, he did say that in the moment. He's like, it's wife now.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. That's
and the other funny part was that we have been pranked here we had a gorilla come into the house once, and it's someone in a gorilla suit. And so I think in Wyatt's mind,
Wyatt thought like David was gonna come out, or it was like he kept looking at me like it's gonna be fine, like as if he knew something I didn't know. And I was like, I don't. Our whole street was filled with officers. Like they had
30 police officers.
They had
shields. They were in riot gear.
They were kind of surrounded. Like some of them were in the back with guns, like pointed. Like it was like we were surrounded.
Helicopter.
Dude, I wonder what the fuck your neighbors were thinking.
Circling.
Yeah.
But what's extra scary to me is the fact that all these officers were there and they were trying to get us to come out and like surrender or whatever.
Yeah.
But we didn't hear them. So like that kind of worried me. Like I heard something, but it didn't feel like they were at our door.
Yeah, they weren't very loud for
but
that kind of situation. But
they got pretty loud like when we saw them. But I was like, were they going to like
bust the door down? The
second I opened it, they were like at the door with guns. And so I was like, what? Like they could have accidentally shot me.
Yeah, it's really
I'm the victim in this.
It's really not okay, and it's really super scary.
But then at the
awful.
Same time, yeah, it's like, how are they supposed to react if they thought you shot
someone? They didn't do anything wrong. Our thanks to the Los Angeles Police Department. They were actually great.
They were great, yeah.
They were great.
They
just didn't understand TikTok
Mitch,
Live.
The best part was then, like, we're all shaken up, and I'm like, why are they still here? You know, like, it's like, leave, like, dinner has to be served. You're
like, I was gonna make
my aesthetic dinner,
a beef Wellington.
Mitch, she actually had made the most amazing dinner.
The chicken was cooking.
What did you make?
It was like chicken and like a Greek salad,
feta, cucumbers,
delicious.
air fried broccoli.
It was
really good.
Wonderful.
And your thunder was stolen by LAPD.
They took it, so I was like, okay. Then we're all kind of eating, kind of quiet, and like it's like awkward now. I was like, why are they still here? And so like I go to check, and Jason is literally. So this is a battle. And so like, do you see that person just got some points? And they're like, oh, so the points, do they translate to like actual money? He goes, yeah. So like, this is how it works. Like, do you see he's winning right now? And they're like all like around him, like looking at his phone. And I could tell like, they were like, oh, should we be doing this?
Instead of working as a police officer. I know.
Because they were low key trying to figure out, how much money? He's like, they're like, so how much was like that? Like, and they were like, so when you were doing a battle, like how many points were you getting? And it's like, wait, what?
But one of the officers did go. He goes, huh, must be lucrative.
Yeah. No, I swear we're gonna see them all on TikTok Live.
But I wasn't. Just to be clear, I wasn't like bragging about TikTok Live.
No, they were asking.
They were filing a report, and they were asking me what I was doing.
They're like, Jason Nash, 50, was getting galaxies and lions at approximately.
Jason Nash was thanking people for roses.
He was starting out. He started out by saying, "So you're live streaming like cooking or like you're shopping or?" And I was like, "No, like battling." And he goes, "Oh, you were battling someone there? You were fighting somebody in there?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "No, it was a battle."
No,
they had no idea.
It was also funny because there's confetti all over the kitchen floor. And so then the officer came up to me and he goes, "Oh, like you had a party." And I was like, no, just the three of us here tonight.
And I was also surprised that a lot of them didn't know what swatting was. And I
was surprised when you came out and said, you
don't know what swatting was.
I'd never heard. I thought you were saying like the SWAT team was there.
Yeah. No, I was saying I've been
swatted.
And you
go, but then I was like, did Jason do something? Because Jason comes out with his hands in the air and he goes, "I've been swatted." And I was like,
I thought by saying I've been swatted, they would know right away, like, oh, I see.
Like I see what's happening.
Someone, and I had a stick in my hand.
Yeah.
I literally had a what do you call it?
A tripod
with
a ring light.
Yeah, with a ring. Yeah, with a light on it. Exactly, like a big light. And I was shocked at like Wyatt's reaction. He was like,
Wyatt was. I think I would have fainted if he wasn't next to me.
So chill.
He was so chill, and I was like, "What the fuck, Wyatt?" Like I was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "I think someone broke into." Like I really thought for a second maybe someone was in the house, like they snuck in or something.
Me too.
Like I was certain of it, so I started freaking out. And he goes, "Hey, it's okay."
Well, he's grown up. He's
It's
like
not
he's young
okay.
enough to where he's grown up in an internet age and era where, like, unfortunately, this is a semi-regular thing that happens
Right.
to people who make content and stuff like that. And so it's
Right.
like, it's interesting to hear that he was the chillest one
Yeah.
in the situation, but probably, I wonder if there was a part of him that knew what was going on the whole time.
He truly thought it was a prank.
Okay.
He thought it was Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the way, like he also was like kind of looking around like I'm going to show you why it's okay in a second. But David never came out. We were just having guns pointed at us.
And we're making light of it right now, but
It was scary.
to the
It's
person,
very serious.
It's really serious, and the person who did it, like,
I think that
please
honestly,
don't. It's
making fake 911 calls impersonating someone else is illegal at the end of the day.
And I felt bad. Like, I felt bad for the 30 officers that came out. Like, they were annoyed. And
Yeah,
it's
'cause
it's just
that
like,
was a
I felt
lot.
bad because it was me. I was the one live streaming, and I was just like, it's just a shitty feeling.
Yeah.
Because I'm, I was really grateful for the police officers. They were great. They really did a great job, and I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen
If you're the
again.
person who made the fake call, you are a loser.
It's
And
really
there's no
loserish.
way around it.
Yeah. Because
'Cause
something
it-
bad really could have happened.
It could have been really bad because we didn't hear the door. Like it's like it could have gone so dark, and like you have your kids there. Like I think someone thought it was going to be this really funny thing on live, and like even though there is like obviously we can sit and laugh about it, it's really not funny
No.
at the end of the day. Like your kids could have gotten hurt. You could have gotten hurt. I could have gotten hurt.
Yeah.
Like if they thought you shot someone, they could have come in like guns blazing.
Yeah.
And like that's just not funny. And I think maybe you didn't think it through. But we don't forgive you.
They did trace the call, and there's detectives on it.
Yeah.
And the detective gave me his card.
Yeah.
And they're going to be following it up. So the
So you should probably tell your parents that you're
Yeah.
about to get in a lot of trouble.
So the person that did it, the call was
screwed.
traced and it was recorded. I guess that's basically everything. I was explaining TikTok Live to them, and I go, she goes, oh, what do the officers go? She goes, what just happened now? And the guy got like laser eyes. You can put laser eyes on somebody. I go, well, he got laser eyes. Because she's like, how many points is that?
Yeah.
And I'm
I
like,
think that's when I walked in.
299 points. She goes, how much money is that? And I was like, it's like $4.
They're all
Can
Can you
Bucks.
imagine being one of the officers and going home to your family that evening and explaining, like, oh, what'd you do at work today?
Yeah.
Ah, well, I found out what TikTok Live was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny. All right, well, that's basically what happened. And
But like people got in helicopters. Like it was like
yeah.
that's
A
crazy.
lot of, actually, if you think about like all
Like,
the
a lot
infrastructure stuff, there's a
went-
lot of money
went
spent.
into that. Our tax dollars.
All right, guys. Well, that is our little mini episode. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't swat people. It's not
Don't
cool,
swat
and
people.
it's just you're lame and you're a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bye.